Hey everybody, Ben Clark here at Queen City Clay, and I wanted to talk through pitchers because they can be a little intimidating with their height and especially with the spout and handle. So I want to show you the way I do my spouts today and hopefully help you out with your own pitchers. I generally make a form that holds a decent amount at the bottom and then narrows as it comes into the pouring facility. And I make this fold on the rim so that I can get a little personality into my spout, and also this sometimes acts as an ice catcher as it pours the liquid out. So if you want to create a spout, here's what you're going to do. I'm going to get some water on my index finger that's going to go on the inside of this edge, and I'm pointing straight down, and then my outside hand is going to get a wide stance where my index finger and my thumb are ready to push way on the outside edges of my index finger. If you're too tight, you get thin spots, so you want your outside stance to be very wide. And I'm going to basically switch places with my two hands. So as my outside hands crimp in, my inside hand is going to straighten up and slide out. All right, that's going to frame my pitcher spout. So you can see it from the back side and from the front side. But right now it's a snub nose spout, and I want to get it a little bit sharper, give it a little length and a little personality. So here's how I do that. This move takes a little bit of practice and is scary to do the first time, but you're going to dry your hands and reach way down into the pot. So I'm grabbing down in the neck portion, and I'm going to wiggle the pot and put pressure upward at the same time, hopefully taking some of this belly section of the pot and flattening it out to give me some height. So I'll reach in, grab lightly, shake, and pull up. Now if we look from the side, I've really raised the spout portion of that pitcher, and that gives it a little personality, a little attitude. And the final step before putting this out to dry is to wet my fingers and start about halfway down the spout and pull up lightly. If you've pulled a handle off of a pot, you know that a little tiny bit of pressure goes a long way. So with this spout, we're going with the same philosophy. So I'm squeezing very lightly at the bottom and mainly using a quick motion upward to thin the edge of that spout. Now at this point, that's going to look rough and very ugly. So we're going to let this dry for a while, and then just taking a wet sponge and working your way across that edge is going to knock down all those sharp points, even out the top, and give us a really nice pouring ledge so that when we stop our pour, this sharp edge cuts off the liquid quickly. This rim also gives me a beautiful spot to launch my handle from the backside to attach down onto the pitcher. So that's a quick way to make a spout, and we'll bring this back to you when it dries up a little bit. I've pulled this off of the drying rack because I'm starting to see that I have a little bit of color change there on the edge. And once I see that, I know it's ready to finish the spout. So if I just take a wet sponge, and a finishing sponge is going to be better, but I just have these laying around all the time, a very soft pass over that top will very quickly level that out and give you a clean finish. Once I get the sponge across, I'm going to do a little bit of work with my finger, because remember, a sponge will pull some grog to the surface, and I want to work that back down. And at this point, I'm ready to let the rest of the pitcher set up so I can add a handle. With this spout, the reason I put my finger way down into the throat is to start to channel that liquid early before it pours over the top. So make sure that the depth of the throat is there so that you get a spout that not only functions really well, but has a little attitude. Please practice, and we'll see you next time. As my outside hands crimp in, my inside hand is going to straighten up and slide out.